So today we will try to cover polymorphism, overloading, overriding, and abstraction. Let's see how much topic we can cover today. Okay. So what is polymorphism? Anyone has any idea what is polymorphism?
Or something which exists in different forms.
Correct. Very good. So in different forms. Like in simple English, it is like a many forms or many ways of using the same name. Okay, like that. Suppose in water we can use it in many forms, like solid, liquid, gas. Shapes also we have different shapes. So basically, in Java also we can use it a method. We create a method, and with a different form you can use that method. How we can make it in a different form? By passing different parameters. Okay, so that is called as polymorphism. Polymorphism means many forms. Poly and morphism. Poly means many and morphism means forms. So a method which can be used in many forms is called as polymorphism. How we can use it, we'll learn that. So there are two types of polymorphism: method overloading and method overriding. Okay, this is very important topic. So first we will learn about method overloading. Method overloading is a static polymorphism. Overriding is dynamic polymorphism. It can this overloading is handled by compiler. Overriding is handled by JVM. So this is just for your knowledge that how it is running in backend. So that's the only thing. Next is okay, how we can achieve method overloading. Okay, first we learn about loading, later we'll learn about riding. So how we can achieve the method overloading? By same name, okay, in the same class, but passing different argument. As I said, with the same name of the method, we are passing different arguments. That is called as method overloading. Okay, method overloading means suppose you have a class, okay, test, and you have different methods. So show method. So is this there is a show method, one show method, second show method, and main method. So is this a correct um, program? So it's not a correct program. Why? Because compiler will get confused that which method it is calling. Okay.
Yeah.
So it'll give you the ambiguity error. Why? Because there is there is a same parameter. We are not passing any parameters in this method, and that's why the compiler will get confused. So the correct way is passing some argument, different arguments in same name. Okay, we'll do this in Eclipse. It will be more clear to you. Okay. So in batch 19, I'll add one more class. New class. I'll just write the name as test. Okay. Include the main method. Okay. So here, suppose I've made a class test. Then there is a method void public void It is giving error here only, so it will not compile. Duplicate method shown. So if you create a object, correct? So creating object, you already know how to create object. So t dot show, it is coming. So if I call this and execute, it will not gonna execute because it will get a duplicate method shown in type test. Now if I change the parameter, suppose integer a I have written. So this is now become the different method, correct? So different method. So now which method will be called? This one. If I enter 10, which method will be called? This method, right? So this is called as method
Overloading.
overloading. Okay, so this is the way of uh, writing up or explaining method overloading. If anyone asks you about method overloading, how you'll achieve it, remember this chart. Okay, if you have same name, you have same name, right? Same name means same method name. Okay, in the same class, correct? They are in the same class, but passing the different argument. Different argument. Different argument could be number of argument, sequence of argument, or type of argument. Okay. Number of argument means you can pass here integer a. Then again it will give you error because number of argument is same, so it will not work. So if number of argument is different, it will work. Okay. So number of argument is should be different, correct? Different numbers, different sequence. Okay, so suppose this is integer, this is also integer A. So integer B. So it will not work. Suppose this is string. Okay. And this is also string. So this is also not work. But if I make this integer, okay, if I make this first integer and second string, it will work. Okay, clear? So sequence of argument should also be different, and type, of course, type is different, then it will be method overloading. Clear? Now why this is giving error? Anyone can tell why this is giving error, this line?
It doesn't match with any of the methods given actually.
Correct. Correct. So
Yeah.
it is not matching with any of the method with show method. So if you want to remove this error, you need to pass the argument as per the method you have written, correct? So anything you need to pass like this. So now you have, which method will be called here? Show one or show two?
Show to.
Show two.
Show two,
Show two.
right? Because the sequence is integer and string, and here also sequence is integer and string. So it will call C. See, it is highlighting show two, correct? Clear, everyone? So this is the way of writing, way of doing method overloading. Now, I'll give you more examples. So this is number of arguments which we have learned, that how this number of argument can be changed. Okay, so like this, you can pass different argument with same name. So it will be calling this whatever argument you are passing inside. Okay. Now sequence of argument, as I said, sequence is different than whatever sequence you are okay. Now you see here, first is integer string and string integer. Okay, this is also an interview question. So be careful and focus that if I am sending 10, 10 20, I'm sending integer. So will it work? Will it work?
Yes, I guess, because
Mm-hmm.
So it will work because this one, which one? This one?
See, uh,
Here only the integer is there, right? But it
correct.
shows two integers.
So it is not matching any of the
Method.
method fully, correct?
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see in the Eclipse that whether it will work or not. So here I am given integer and integer, right? So this will
that's
not work.
Yeah.
Why? Because this is what you can say, test is not applicable for argument integer. So this will not work. Now coming to the next example.
but the same 20 kept in double quotes, then it will work, right?
Yes. If you kept this 20 in double quotes, then of course it will work because it will call this, then it is acting like a string. Then it will call this second show to method. Okay. Whenever you are highlighting this, it will point to the method which it is calling. Okay. So you can, this is the way you can understand that which method it is pointing to. Okay. Coming to next topic, next example, which is, okay. Now, okay, this is the, we have already done. So it will call the method, this one, first. Okay. Okay, one more example I have. This is also simple type of argument, string integer. So whatever you are passing, it will call that method. Okay. Clear? Any doubt anyone has here?
Yep,
It's
clear.
simple. Yeah. Now coming to the okay, these are the important topics like we can achieve method overloading by changing the return type of method only. Okay. Can we achieve? Can we achieve method overloading by return type? Suppose
Yes.
you can, and like suppose you have like this. Okay, which first example we have what we have done. Okay, so if we make this as private, okay, return type. Oh, sorry, return type. No, not this. Okay, if I make this as integer, okay, and return 10. Okay, what return, whatever it is, duplicate. So we cannot achieve method overloading by changing the return type. We need to change the parameters. Okay, so we cannot change the return type and achieve the method overloading. We have to have different parameters for that. Okay, so be careful if anyone
If
asks.
it is only void is there, then only it will return, right? So here, the void is there only there for two methods, public void show, and here it shows the return type is not there for the second method, right?
Yes, return type is void here.
Yeah. So if in the previous time, like when you did, like it was only public show, there was no void. So that means it's not a return method, right?
That's, for any method, we should mention whether it is void or any return type. Only for constructor, we don't mention.
Correct. Only for constructor. For any method, we need to have a return type. If there is no return type, then we write it as void. If you are not writing void, it will not consider as a method. It will consider as a it will give you error if you not give any return type. I didn't get your question.
So I thought like in the
Yeah.
first method, the void was not there. So when you don't write void, I thought like
Void is always there. If you are writing any method, any return type will be always there. Either void or any
return.
whatever you are returning. If it is not void, it should be integer or string or any
Oh, okay.
any data type is fine.
Oh,
But you have to have a return type for writing any method.
okay.
It's
Got
like
it.
in the first class only I've shown you how to write a method. First is access modifier, then what you are returning in this method, whatever you are returning in this method, then method name, and then parenthesis. Okay, so this is the way of writing a method. So you have to follow that syntax. Without any return type, only constructor you can write. No other method you can write without any return type. Okay, clear? Any doubt? Yes, if anyone has any other doubts, you can ask me. We always write a return type for any of the method we have covered. Always we have written a return type. So this is a constructor. So that's why there is no return type. But if you are writing any method, it's always a return type. Okay. So if access modifier is not there, it's okay. But return should be there. Anything returning is important for any of the method. Okay, see here also we have return type. Okay. Okay. Going forward. So yeah, we cannot achieve method overloading by changing the return type of method. Okay. Can we overload Java main method? These are all important interview questions. Okay, this has been asked by interviewer that can we overload main method?
Yeah, we can.
Yes, we can. We can overload the main method. So if I write here main, we can use it. Okay, so we can call it main method. So it will be calling the main because only the way main method is writing like this, it will start, the compiler will only look to the main method who have argument like string or argument. So from here you start the what you can say compiling is started. But this is the normal main method. The compiler will not look to the method here, will always look to the main method here and it will start. So the way you are writing, exactly you cannot write, anyways you cannot write in method overloading. So you can always overload the main method by passing the different arguments. Okay. Clear? Any doubt? Anyone has any doubt? Okay. Next, method overloading and type promotion. Yes, this is very important. We'll learn that. And also we'll learn different types of cases of type promotion. Okay. What is type promotion? Now we'll learn that. Okay. So we can don't go in too much detail. I have explained it in very detailed form. So don't go in too much detail, but yeah, type promotion, we can just learn that how we have to do it. Okay. Can we achieve method overloading by changing? Okay, this we have already covered. So main method, this also we have covered. Yes. Now, method overloading case 1. Okay, now here there is a class test which has two methods, integer A and string A. But now what we are passing here, this is a character A. Okay, this is not string. This is, what is this? This is character. So now can you, anyone tell, will it work or not? Will this work? We'll
I
try
don't
it
know.
in Eclipse. Yeah. Anyone has any answer?
Yes, because character is of lower, it
Hmm.
occupies less memory than that of string. So type conversion happens, I guess.
Hmm. Okay. Correct. So suppose this is integer A and this is string A. Okay. Now
Yes.
we are passing A. Oh, sorry. In string की spelling गलत लिखी
Yes.
है.
Yes.
S.
Yes.
Yeah, correct. So string A. So which method it will call? So this not giving any error. If I save also, it is not giving any error. So what you
Show to
Call a string method.
string method, that means show to. Okay, we'll
Yeah.
just check. It is calling show one. Why? Because character is more into. Okay, now we'll learn that why it is. So this is called as automatic promotion. You need to, what you can say, somewhat remember this chart. No other option. Okay. One type is promoting to another implicitly if no match of data type is found. Only if no match of data type is found, then only this promotion will come into picture. If it is a perfect match, then no need to be in this. Like if it is an integer, it will always call the perfect match. But if it is character, it will always look for integer. The you can say the bigger data type. So this is a smaller data type. Smaller data type means the bytes or number of bytes are less in character than integer. So that is the way of uh, telling that which is greater and which is smaller. Okay, so character is always associated with integer, not with string. So that's why if you run the program and if it has a character and there is no perfect match, it will always look for integer. If integer has there and it is always look for float or double, okay, and so on. So suppose another example, object. Sorry. So object is the parent class for all the other classes in Java. As you can see, we are always create an object. So object is also a data type. You can consider as a data type. So if you are passing object, okay, and a string, so which one it will call? The string method or object method?
string.
String. Why? Because this is a perfect match. So in perfect match, there is no option. Whichever is a perfect match, it will call that method. You can, I have already shared this PPT. Write this program and try it by your own. This is your assignments. Okay. And understand that what all is, no, what is promotion, what you can say, automatic promotion. Okay. So how it is called. Okay, try to give different you can say data types or different yeah, tell some good word. Different options of calling the same method. Okay. Okay. Now coming to the, so as I said, object is the parent class for all the classes in Java. So string also calling object if there is no perfect match, and string buffer. String buffer is also a, as I said, you don't need to go in too much detail. I have written in too much detail. So string buffer is also pointing to object. If I'm calling string buffer, it will, okay, this is perfect match, so it will call this one only. This is the way you can call the string buffer. Okay, you can try this in the Eclipse by your own and try that whether it is working or not. Any doubts, you can ask me in the next class. Okay. Now, there's one more case, which is case 4. So, this is integer float. Yeah, this is very important. Okay. And float integer. Float is what? Anyone know what is float? We have not worked on float, right? Or worked? Not. Am I audible?
Yeah, decimal kind of number with some.
Correct. So decimal kind of thing is float. Okay. So this is the calling method 10, 20.5 f. So which method it will call? Integer float method or float integer method?
Int float method.
Integer float, correct? Here it will call float integer, correct. So tell me 10, 20. Which one it will call?
Maybe the first method.
Yeah, int float method.
This will be an ambiguity. Ambiguity means it will give error according to me. It should give error because it will be both, no? I will check. Will check. So I have also no idea. Comma float B. Okay. Here you have float A, comma int B. Okay. Now if you are passing 10, comma 20. So it is giving error. Why? Because both are equivalently eligible for this method, right? So again, the compiler will get ambiguity, no? Which method I should call, right? Are you clear? So this
Can you try another method which accepts only
ambiguity.
integer?
Another method, if it is perfect match, then there is no problem. Then the error has been gone. But if it is not a perfect match, then there is a problem. If it is double, this only you are telling. Which one you are telling?
I just wanted to check with one parameter, like if we have one more method, public void show, which accepts only int, and if we call that method using float, how does it work?
Okay. We have this, and you want only int, right?
Or float will also do, that's fine. If we write float and pass int.
Okay, got it. Yeah, like this, you need to use different ways of and practice it. So this is like what you can say.
Type casting.
Yeah, automatic promotion. So this is automatic promotion. One parameter, one float. So this will work. Okay.
It is giving ambiguity because there were two parameters.
Yes, and two parameters, and we have two methods which have two parameters and which has both have the same automatic promotion. Are you getting my point? That's why it is giving the ambiguity.
Oh, okay.
If it is,
Okay.
if it is in only one method which has integer float, suppose this is a, okay, this is not available here, okay, and we are passing 10, 10, which is not a perfect match for any of the method, right?
Oh, yeah.
Integer, integer, but here it will call the show one. Why?
Sure.
Because it is giving the automatic promotion to this float. 10, as you see, integer is always pointing to the float, right? If you are giving integer, it will point float, which is fine. So that
Yeah.
is not giving error. Here, why it is giving error? Because it has two methods which has the same promotion. So the compiler got ambiguous that where to go, which method I should call. So that's why the problem comes. Okay.
Okay.
So you should be careful when you are doing the method overloading. These things you need to remember that you cannot give the same type of what you can say integer float integer and giving the automatic promotion like that you cannot give, because it will then the compiler will confuse that which one I should point to. Okay, clear everyone?
Yeah.
Okay, going to the next example. Okay, now will this work? This string and 20. There is no string. I'm not sure. So this will not work. Why? Because there is no string in this particular automatic promotion, right? So string is not there. If it is object, it will work. Okay. So string will not work. What about float? Will float work?
No, I guess.
I don't think
Why?
so.
Because it is a bigger unit, no?
Yeah.
This will
Yeah.
not work for sure.
Yeah.
So this is a bigger unit. It always point to the, is always, this should be float only. Then only it will work. If I write double, will it work? Yeah, double it is working. Why? Because in automatic promotion, the double is in the same
The interior and the
position.
float. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
correct. So that's why double is working. So if I select float, it is pointing to this particular method. So double will work. If I execute also, it will point to show to. Okay. So this is how you can do different ways of method overloading. Okay. Try this. Otherwise, I only keep forgetting. So we are done with this one. Next there is, this is again same. Again, there is one more example of method overloading by var argument. Okay, so var argument is what? If there is, if we want to pass many integers, okay, suppose we want to pass 3, 4, 5 integers, so we can use the var argument. This is also not very important, just a one more argument we can pass. So there are 3 dots and a, if you write, you can pass any number of integer, only integer, okay, no other what you can say, no other um, data type, only integer type you can pass. Okay. So even not only 3, you can pass 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, like that. Okay. Try this with your own. Okay.
Number of dots should be 3 after the data
Yes,
type.
dot should be 3. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll show you here. In Eclipse also, I'll show you. So suppose this is int dot 1, 2, 3, like this. Okay, then A,
Okay.
like this. So what you can do is you can pass any number of 10, 20, any number of arguments. It will call this, it will point to this particular method. Okay. So
Okay.
if you write 4 dots, it will not work. It will give you error. Why? Because var argument is only written, is the syntax is like 3 dots only. But you can pass any number of
Parameters.
yeah, arguments you can pass. But it should be only integer, not any other. Okay. Okay. So this is case 5 now. Okay. Oh yeah. Only this much have in method overloading. I'll give you some interview questions also related to method overloading. Okay. Now coming to the method overriding. Should we start this topic? Is that fine?
I think it's enough.
Enough
We
for
need to go
today.
through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do it in the next class.
Okay, fine. So we'll do method overriding in the next class. Okay, go through all those. I'm not checks. Okay, go through all those examples which I have shared with you. And if you have any doubt, please